When you take a moment to listen very closely to the specific way he speaks and carries himself in every interaction, it becomes increasingly and undeniably evident that he sounds like an integral, inseparable part of the entire collective. He blends his unique voice so seamlessly into the complex fabric of the group's shared identity and overarching purpose that it is truly remarkable to witness. His tone, cadence, and subtle mannerisms perfectly mirror those of the people around him, making it seem as though he has been a fundamental cornerstone member of this specific community for a very long time. He contributes to the overall harmony and the social atmosphere in a way that feels both entirely natural and deeply rooted in their common goals, shared history, and daily rhythmic interactions. This level of vocal and behavioral alignment suggests a deep seated connection that goes far beyond mere imitation, reflecting a profound synchronization with the very heart and soul of the organization he represents, ensuring that every word he utters resonates with the collective wisdom and the established spirit of the group as a whole. He actually sounds very much like part of the. No, that's not it at all. No, wait. No, I can't believe it. You actually landed it perfectly. Yes, you absolutely truly did. So, what would you say to that? I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you for everything you have done. I truly appreciate your kindness and the incredible support you have provided throughout this process. Thank you very much for your time, your effort, and for all of your help, as it has made a significant difference, and I am very grateful. Now, we're also going to talk about another fascinating company. Now, we are going to shift our focus and have a detailed discussion regarding yet another prominent and influential company that has been making waves in the industry recently as we explore their unique business model and market impact in today's competitive landscape. Today, we are going to talk about. I am currently navigating the busy halls of high school every day, but the hardest part of this journey is the constant realization that you are simply not here with me to share in these important milestones and memories as I continue to grow up. The individuals who were originally appointed to uphold these strict regulations eventually began to lose sight of their responsibilities. Over time, they neglected the very rules they were meant to protect, leading to a situation where they forgot the regulations entirely. It was as if the foundational principles they once stood for had vanished, leaving them without any guidance. They simply forgot the regulations that were supposed to govern their actions within the community. As long as I am able to successfully save and restore at least 1,000 of these disaster stricken houses that were standing until recently, we are definitely going to make use of this resource. Now that they have finally learned the intricate details of how to properly network these various blessings among the community, we will utilize this method. We will certainly need to know exactly how to proceed with the plan effectively. Like time, like 4 minutes. But it's weighted, as if it's also soaring. But I actually have quite a bit more to share with you today, including some additional items that I have kept prepared just outside this room for our discussion. Furthermore, we are truly honored to have a groom present here with us today, a groom who is celebrating a very special and joyous milestone in his life. Seeing him here in our midst reminds me to ask you a very important and reflective question regarding your own spiritual preparations and study habits. Did you have the opportunity to deeply study the holy teachings of the Or HaChaim during this past Shabbat? It is such a profound, complex, and meaningful text to engage with during the holiness of the Sabbath day, and I am genuinely curious to know if you managed to delve into its vast wisdom while you were resting and reflecting. There is so much depth to explore within those sacred pages, and having a groom here only adds to the collective joy of our learning and the sharing of these ancient traditions with one another in this space. I want to ensure we take the time to appreciate both the presence of our guest and the weight of the Torah portions we discussed, as the intersection of personal celebration and communal study is where our faith truly comes alive. Let us consider the lessons of the Or HaChaim in the context of new beginnings, much like the one this groom is embarking upon today, and reflect on how these teachings guide our daily lives and our most sacred moments together as a community. Did you study Or HaChaim on Shabbat? In Parashat Emor, the Holy Torah tells us all the matters concerning the priests, all the laws of the priests. Rabbi HaChaim HaKadosh says, and I have seen fit to awaken the hearts of people. Rabbi HaChaim HaKadosh says that he sees fit to awaken the hearts of the people, which this week's Torah portion alludes to. Know that our sages of blessed memory said, the Gemara in Tractate Sanhedrin says, that the status of the people of Israel is higher than that of kings. We must know that the level of the people of Israel is a level higher than that of kings. The angels in heaven have a certain status, but the status and level of the people of Israel is higher, greater than that of the ministering angels. If the level of the ministering angels is greater, then what did the ministering angels want to do with the Holy Torah in heaven? If the level of the ministering angels is greater, what did they want to do with the Holy Torah in heaven? And what does this mean? The level of the ministering angels is higher than that of the angels in heaven. The queen with the crown, as it says at the beginning of the portion, says, Rabbi Ophir, what is the matter of the level of the ministering angels being higher than that of human beings? Or is the level higher than the ministering angels? Because the ministering angels, what do you say, Rabbi Yol? Because the divine ministering angels are not higher in rank. Who wants to say something about the angels?
It is written, Honorable Rabbi, that they say Ramash is like an angel in the requests of Rompi and the early ones. How can one know what an angel is like? Just as an angel is. An angel does not have ups and downs. He always remains in the same state.
What they say about the angels, they also said they didn't want you to remain in the heavens. They didn't want the literal form. Just as Moses, our teacher, said to them, is there jealousy among you? Is there hatred among you? Do you have parents? They know that once you have this honor, you have no connection to the commandments. So they say that they wanted the esoteric Torah, and that's what they're saying. When he brought the captives, he gave gifts to men. Captives is an acronym for Shimon Bar Yochai, meaning that what Moses, our teacher, brought down is the esoteric Torah of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And this is, as it were, what they wanted to do in heaven with the Torah, the matter of the secret.
And not the matter of transgression.
You could say that it was a problem for them that it descended below.
The holy Or HaChaim says, and I have seen fit to awaken the hearts of people with a great hint that this portion alludes to. Know that our sages of blessed memory said in the Gemara in Tractate Sela that the people of Israel, the children of Israel, their level is higher than that of the angels. And they also said that God created four worlds, one above the other, and they are referenced in the verse, everyone who is called by my name and for my glory I have created, formed, and even made. For my glory refers to the highest world called Atzilut. I have formed refers to the world called Beriah. I have fashioned refers to Yetzirah. I have made refers to Asiyah. The Gemara in Tractate Sanhedrin says, Rabbi Yochanan said, the righteous are greater than the ministering angels. And the Gemara continues, and so it is brought in Midrash Tanchuma. Rav Tanchuma bar Shanilai said, who are the mighty ones of strength? This refers to Moses, for there is no might like his, as Israel stood before Mount Sinai and could not bear to hear the entire utterance that was spoken. If we continue to hear the voice of the Lord our God any longer, we will die. But Moses was not shaken. As always, the Midrash Tanshuma says that the greatness of the people of Israel and of Moses, our teacher over the people of Israel, is that when the Holy One, blessed be He, gave the Torah, the people of Israel said to him that if Moses, our teacher, if the Holy One, blessed be He, continued to give the Torah, they would not be able to withstand it and they would die. And Moses, our teacher, had the strength to hear all 10 commandments, as in the dispute, the Rambam and the Ramban. How many commandments did they hear? Did they hear all 10 commandments or only 2 commandments? And the other 8 they only understood according to the grasp of their intellect, and the 2 with the greatest strength or in a different manner. But Moses, our teacher, had the strength to hear all 10 commandments. As it is said, and the Lord gave his voice before his army. Rather, they stand and are overwhelmed, and the righteous are able to hear his voice. So to speak, the great strength of Moses, our teacher, was that he could hear the voice of the Holy One, blessed be he, and remain strong. The strength of the righteous is that they can hear the power of the Holy One, blessed be he, and remain steadfast, remain strong. A person needs to know an important principle. Many times a person speaks with his friend. Now let's set aside matters of the Holy One, blessed be he, and prepared matters. just ordinary conversation between people. A person has a very great power that within himself he feels what the other person is saying to him. Certainly, we spoke on Thursday in the lesson in the Holy Land that we are covered by many layers of worldly desires, of negative thoughts, and all sorts of things, many layers upon layers. These layers cause a person to receive at most 20% of the truth. Only 20% of the real thoughts actually penetrate within him. 80% of the time, a person responds from intuition, from social influence, from things from the past that are in his mind. A person does not respond and does not give considered thoughts, but rather things that are built up in his soul from his surroundings. Only 20% comes from genuine thought and true understanding. Therefore, a person must be careful about what he sees, what he hears, what he eats, because hearing, seeing, eating, and friendships with others and everything in the environment all influence a person, both in his thoughts and in the decisions he makes and accepts. These are not genuine thoughts and not correct thoughts, and this is something that is extremely difficult. And when a person speaks with another, the speech passes through a filter of many things and many psychological forces, and a person also has barriers to what the other is saying. But as the sages say, words that come from the heart enter the heart. There is something that bypasses all the filters a person has in life. Filters that a person has built for themselves since childhood. Stubbornness, forbidden foods, all the things around them. When a person speaks from the heart and their words come from deep within, it filters out a lot and enters the heart of the other person. Words that come from the heart enter the heart. It's like a bypass route around many barriers. Words that come from the heart enter the heart in the strongest way possible. And when a righteous person speaks to his friend with great strength, with the confidence of knowing what he says is true, with the conviction that he believes in what he says, then those words have the power to carve paths in the heart, the power to quickly enter a person's heart. As it is said, and the Lord gave his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. These are the kings, as it is said, this is God's camp. And so it says, thousands upon thousands. Rabbi Chaim the Holy says in Parashat Yitro, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. He means to tell them that from now on they will be considered as the heavenly entourage. Rabbi Chaim says when God told Israel they would be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation, he gave them the power that by following his path they gain strength like the heavenly entourage. Just like the heavenly entourage, the ministering angels who surround the Holy One, blessed be He, when a Jew walks in the path of God, in the way of Torah and commandments, he gains a power that makes him part of the heavenly entourage. For above there is the Master and his ministers, who serve before him on high, and they are called priests. There is also before him a great host, which is called the Holy. The scripture writes, one is holy, and the Lord said that he will make them in place of the priests and the supreme holy ones. And so it was that he commanded to make for himself a house that he may dwell within it, and from it he chose priests and commanded us, and you shall be holy to me. And according to this, when it says, and you, the matter returns to the curses of Israel. He needs to say the word, and you. In short, when a Jew walks in the way of God, then he becomes, as it were, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Everyone called by my name, and for my glory I created and formed. This teaches that the Holy One created 4 worlds corresponding to his 4-letter name. These are their names, Atzilut. This shows the Holy One separated from his own light to make a cloak for himself. He made himself light like a robe, placing his name and bond in his creation. He adorned himself like a garment, and placed names with the name of his glory, and likewise his glory upon his Shekinah, as it is said, and the glory of the Lord appeared. From what light was this world created? From the primordial light of creation, which at first was bewildering. The Holy One, blessed be He, added light upon their light, and from them created worlds, and planted His light within them. Thus the name is one, and His name is one. In Beriah, the world of creation, there are the souls of the righteous. What is Beriah? Beriah is the world of creation, where the souls of the righteous reside, along with the treasures of blessing and life. There too is the throne of glory of the Holy One, blessed be He, and Akatriel, the Lord of hosts, sits upon the throne. There are also the palaces of delight, the palace of will, the palace of love, the palace of merit, the palace of radiance, the palace of the essence of the heavens, and beneath them is the sapphire brickwork, as it is said, and under His feet was something like a pavement of sapphire stone. And this is the foundation of the world, as it is said, and the righteous one is the foundation of the world. And El Shaddai dwells among them all. Yetzirah is the world of formation, where the holy living creatures that Ezekiel, son of Buzi the priest, saw reside, and there are his attendants who fulfill the will of the Holy One. Blessed be He, for there are palaces of delight and will there, for one corresponds to the other, for the lower reveres the higher, fears God, etc., as water reflects a face to a face. And there are 10 classes of his angels according to their ranks, and these are the seraphim, whose chief is appointed over them. And there are those who say that Yerubal is appointed over them, the Ophanim, Raphael is appointed over them, the cherubim and so on have their own appointed chief, the Shananim and so forth. And Gabriel is appointed over them. The Takshishim, Takshish is appointed over them. The Poshim, Zaphona is appointed over them. The Bnei Elohim, the Shafanim. I have also made the world of action, Asiyah. There are the Ophanim, and those who receive prayers and requests, and those appointed over the will of man. There are the souls of humans, the men of fists, and the captains of the army, and arrows made of stones, and the sons of the Glosterout, and the multitudes above. Those who guide the ships go to them. Let us also consider the blessed status of those individuals who walk faithfully in the way of the Lord. They are sent forth in a state of true holiness, and they are sent out into the world in complete and total purity. Their status is greater than that of the ministering angels, and even if they become part of the heavenly host, still it is a status greater than that of angels, because the status of people who are sent in the way of God is greater than that of an angel. So even the heavenly host, which consists of kings and ministers and seraphim, the status of a person who walks in the way of God is greater than that. You should also know that His blessed glory fills the world, fills every world and universe, and even beneath the world, as it is written, and underneath are the everlasting arms. The power in the greatness of the Holy One, blessed be He, is that He fills the world. Not only does He fill the world, but also beneath the world, as it is written, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And His blessed light shines in the four worlds. This is a secret. The four letters of the blessed name Havaya, the Yud in the world of Atzilut, the first He in the world of Beriah, and so on. And our sages of blessed memory said that His animating force moves within every living being, and His blessed light, God's portion is His people, whom He calls His children. Our sages taught that four vital designations are attributed to man: Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, and Chaya. This is the secret of the living spirit in the Ophanim, where the soul is called the soul of the soul. Behold, the Master, the Lord of hosts, made the connection of all the worlds, spiritual and physical, within a righteous person. He bound together all physicality and all spirituality as one. In the physical realm, He constructed four elements, and there He placed the spirits not far from the worlds. And you should know that physicality opposes the union with spirituality. Physicality fights so that the union with spirituality will not occur, even more than the opposition between fire and water. A person thinks that the opposition between fire and water is the greatest opposition, But one must know that the opposition between spirituality and physicality, where physicality resists spirituality becoming strong within a person and uniting with them, is even greater. Just as fire and water cannot coexist, so too does physicality fight and refuse to allow a person to have any share or portion with the power of spirituality. Moreover, this is where the blessed name acts wisely. He created man with the first component, which is the soul, nefesh, and it contains only a small portion of spirituality. And he placed within it a higher aspect, which is the spirit, ruach, so that the soul is positioned between the body and the spirit. Thus, the spirit exists in the physical without the mediation of the soul. We will discuss this at length another time.
He speaks about our teacher in the name of their Holy Spirit, that Moses, our teacher, who is the righteous one, was able to hear all the 10 commandments directly from God, and that the level of the spiritual journey of a congregation led by a righteous person is even higher than the level of an individual journey. So in the Midrash it is written that when Moses was in the heavens, he said to the Holy One, "Blessed be he. I am afraid that they will recount things to me with their mouths." Why was he afraid? As if from their mouths you can hear the Holy One, "Blessed be he," which is something even greater than your own level. What is the matter that he was afraid of?
Because this is the speech of the Holy One, blessed be He. Moses, our teacher, was purified and had the strength to receive the speech of the Holy One, blessed be He. But with the angels, we also find that the angel Samael, envy entered him regarding Adam, the first man, and through this he became Samael. At first, he was a good angel, a holy angel, like Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, and so on. Moses, our teacher, was afraid that they would burn him with the breath of their mouths, that envy would enter their hearts, that it would turn into a place of jealousy. As long as they were arguing and there was a dispute for the sake of good, a regular argument, that was fine. But the moment the Holy One, blessed be He, tells him to answer them, and by answering them, he could be burned by the breath of their mouths, envy could arise, just as it did with the angel Samael. It was only after Adam, the first man, named the animals that envy entered Samael, and he did what he did, and so on. So Moses, our teacher, said, "This is what I am afraid of." Do you understand, righteous ones? And this is what Moses, our teacher, did not want. Moses feared personal interests or envy among the angels, like Samael would interfere. He worried their breath would involve him, as envy always brings great destruction. Moving on, the holy Or HaChaim says, "And I acquired the level of holiness which comes for one of two reasons." The holy Or HaChaim says that attaining the level of holiness, when a person merits holiness, when a person reaches holiness, Rabbi Chaim says there are two reasons, two ways a person can acquire holiness. Either from the side of the one who begets, for the Father imparts a higher power to the Son. Rabbi Yoshiyahu HaKadosh says there are two ways a person can merit a high and great level of holiness. One reason is from the side of the one who begets, for the Father imparts a higher power to the Son. As I explained in Parashat Vayechi, Or HaChaim HaKadosh says that a person who wants to merit holiness has two ways to attain holiness. One way, says the Or HaChaim HaKadosh, that a person can merit holiness is that when a man is with his wife, if this is done with the greatest holiness, then through that holiness he can merit and reach the highest level so that the son will be holy. This is something extremely great, something truly immense. On this, the Holy Zohar says, the Holy Zohar teaches that everything in the world follows thought. The Zohar says that everything that exists in the world follows after thought and contemplation. A person needs to know that everything a person does and acts upon in the world has power through thought and contemplation. And about this it is written, "And you shall sanctify yourselves and be holy." Because all holiness in the world comes forth and is drawn down through good contemplation. When a person has a good thought, "And you shall sanctify yourselves and be holy," the moment a person has a good thought, then he sows something good, something of blessing, into the matter. This is what the Holy Zohar says. Someone who becomes immersed in negative thoughts, a person who